Good evening, thanks for joining us. This is the World News on your premium talk radio, Today95.1fm Port Harcourt. In the headlines, Nigerian Air Force announces plan to acquire more fighter jets to boost combat capabilities. Presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Peter Obi, expresses worry over persistent violent crimes across Nigeria. Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi fixes October 17 for opening ceremony of 2024-2025 legal year. On the foreign scene, South Korean military set to respond to troops deployed by North Korea to blow up roads connecting two nations. I am Lucky Maxwell. The Nigerian Air Force has announced its readiness to acquire another set of fighter jets and helicopters to boost its combat capabilities. The aircraft are 24 M346 fighter ground attack jets and 10 AW109 Tracker helicopters. The service had in June disclosed it would acquire 50 new aircraft to strengthen its capabilities against armed gangs and terrorists. Already, the service in the last 2 years had taken delivery of 12 Super Tucano, 2 additional DA-62 surveillance aircraft, and T-129 attack helicopters, 2 Diamond 62 multipurpose aircraft, among others. The Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, Air Commodore Olushola Akimboyewa, in a statement said the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, along with officials from the Ministries of Defense and Finance, were in Italy to finalize the acquisition of the jets. He noted that the Nigeria delegation at the meeting was told that 3 of the 24 M346 would be delivered by early 2025, while subsequent deliveries would run through mid-2026. Akimboyewa said the Air Chief also inspected the 6 M346 jets earlier purchased by the service from Leonardo, adding that 3 of the jets were almost completed. He also noted that the M346 jets have advanced features capable of both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. The Presidential Amnesty Program, PAP, has sought the partnership of the National Counter-Terrorism Center to further the peace and security in the Niger Delta region. In a statement, the administrator of the Presidential Amnesty Program, Dennis Otuaro, who recently paid a courtesy visit to the office of NCTC National Coordinator, Major General Adamu Laka in Abuja, said, the proposed partnership would help deepen the program's ongoing peace and security process in the region. According to the PAP boss, a collaboration with the NCTC, which falls under the Office of the National Security Advisor, would guarantee an increase in Nigeria's oil output and improve the economic well-being of the country in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. A former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, says the President Bola Tinubu-led administration is doing its best to make things better for Nigerians. While acknowledging that citizens are currently facing economic hardship, Fayose expressed belief that it will not take much time before things begin to look better again. The ex-Ekiti governor, however, noted that the current situation in the country is caused by a long-time damage in the economy that will not be repaired overnight. Assessing governance in his own state of Ekiti, where he once held sway for 2 terms, Fayose heaped praises on the current governor, Biodun Oyebanji. He said, irrespective of his political affiliation, it would be unfair not to acknowledge the good works of Governor Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress. He asserted that only miracle will stop Governor Oyebanji from winning election to complete a second term in office in 2026. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC has advised the former Chief Whip of the Senate, Ali Ndume, to reach President Bola Tinubu privately with his advice, instead of criticizing the government policies or actions publicly. The National Policy Director of the APC, Bala Ibrahim, who gave the advice, said as much as everybody had a right to air their opinion in a democracy, big wigs like Ndume should seek to weigh their words before going public. Ndume, representing Borno South Senatorial District and the National Assembly, had called on the president to tackle the hardship suffered by citizens before it was too late. In a statement in Abuja, Ndume claimed that certain bad actors close to President Tinubu were responsible for pushing harmful reforms and policies which are aimed at destabilizing the government. The senator also advised the Tinubu-led administration to address the suffering caused by hyperinflation, which has been worsened by the frequent price hikes of essential goods and services. Ndume's latest intervention comes months after the APC wrote the Senate to relieve him of his position as a Senate chief whip over his relentless public criticisms of President Tinubu and the ruling APC. The Borno lawmaker also claimed that Tinubu had been caged and prevented from knowing the hardships Nigerians were passing through, an action that irks the ruling party. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, has expressed worry over the persistent incidents of killings, kidnappings, and other violent crimes across the country. In a post via his X handle, Obi lamented the killing of some crew members of Super Sports TV, as well as a policeman who were attacked in a tragic ambush along the Ihiala-Olu Road, Anambra State, a few days ago. It could be recalled that the deceased were traveling to cover the Super Eagles 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifiers against Libya when they were attacked. The former Anambra State governor, who wondered why the situation has continued unabated and is worse by the day, blamed non-state actors for inflicting pain and sorrow on families whose loved ones are often kidnapped and sometimes killed in gruesome manners. The embattled national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has dismissed threats by the party's caretaker committee led by Nenadi Usman to appeal last week's judgment affirming his leadership. The pro-Abure National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, Obiora Ifo, in a statement argued that the Usman-led 29-man caretaker panel was unknown to law and thus lacked the local standard to challenge the court's judgment validating Abure's leadership. It could be recalled that the Nenadi Usman Caretaker Committee last week met with the party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi and Abia State Governor Alex Otti before deciding to drag Abure to the appeal court. The move came few hours after the Federal High Court in Abuja declared the contentious National Convention that returned him and his National Working Committee to office as valid. The court also compared the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to recognize Abure as Labour Party National Chairman. However, Obiora Ifo said the Abure-led National Working Committee was not losing over the threat to appeal the judgment. You're listening to the World News on Today95.1 FM Port Harcourt. We'll be right back after the short break.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, the rest of the news. The Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi, has fixed Thursday, 17th of October, 2024, for the opening ceremony of the 2024-2025 legal year. To this end, Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi has outlined goal delivery exercise, which is to hold on Tuesday, 15th of October 2024 by 10 a.m. at the Port Harcourt Maximum Security Custodial Center as part of the activities to mark the opening of the legal year. In a statement, the Chief Registrar, High Court of Rivers State, David Ihua Madweyi, informed members of the public of a special church service at St. Paul's Cathedral, Angelica Communion Rebisi Garrison, Port Harcourt, on Thursday, 17th October 2024 at 10 a.m. The statement also revealed there will be inspection of guard of honor by the Chief Judge mounted by the Nigerian Police Force at the High Court Complex on Thursday, and thereafter a special court session at the Ceremonial Court Hall Block C within the High Court Complex. Members of the local vigilante group in Rivers State have raised alarm over security implications of the removal of the fuel subsidy and the recent hike in the pump price of premium motor spirit (PMS). Members of the Jobu Security Service, while describing the move as an act of cruelty, insensitivity that has done more harm than good to the nation, said citizens are hopelessly struggling to make ends meet. The commander of the local vigilante, Prince Amaratai, who described the recent hike as a time bomb which, if not properly handled, will expose security agencies to many security threats, expressed worry over the increase in crime as a result of the hardship experienced by citizens. Amaratai further called on the National Assembly to, as a matter of urgency, summon the Presidency and the NNPC to immediately reverse the price of PMS to 187 naira per litre, and also called on well-meaning Nigerians to stand tall against what the group described as inhumane injustice meted on the citizens.
The removal of fuel subsidies and the recent hike in price of premium motor spirit (PMS) is an act of cruelty, insensitivity that has done more harm than good to the nation, as citizens hopelessly struggle to make both ends meet. Dope Vigilante further warned on the security implications that the recent hike is a time bomb. Many security challenges, if not addressed, it will expose security agencies to many security threats on daily increase in numerous crimes as a result of hardship meted on the citizen. Dope Vigilante called on the National Assembly as a matter of urgency to summon the Presidency and the NNPC to order for the immediate reversal of the PMS price to 187 naira per litre. Joe Vigilante also called on all well-meaning Nigerians to stand tall against this inhuman injustice meted on the citizens, that the earlier it is addressed, the better for all.
Pastors, members and friends of the King's Assembly have expressed joy over 20 years of God's mercy and grace on the church. The pastors, members and friends from all walks of life gathered to celebrate the King's Assembly 20th anniversary in a week-long event culminated by a Thanksgiving service at the church auditorium on Tombia Extension, GRA Port Harcourt. Today FM's correspondent was present at the event and reports that the lead pastor, Chris and Yemisi Ugo, led the celebration of mercy and grace, thanking God for all the church had experienced and her impacts within its 20 years of existence. The associate pastor, Charles Odoko, who spoke to newsmen, expressed thanks and gratitude to God for what the church had achieved in the city of Port Harcourt to his glory.
God raised our lead pastors, Pastor Chris and Pastor Yemisi, at a time where a church like this was needed in our city. These 20 years, it's been one impact after the other. Men and women that have been raised from this assembly all over the nations of the world doing great and awesome things because God gave a man a vision. And I'm glad that I was a part of this. I've been a part of this assignment from the very first beginning. What you see us doing today is like a Thanksgiving service, saying thank you to God for all that He has done. 20 years of mercy and grace. It's really, really awesome. So I'm grateful.
Speaking on the future of the church, Pastor Charles Odoko expressed belief that God had just begun with the King's Assembly.
The future. If God has done this for us in just 20 years, I'm sure that the future will be amazing, to be greater and bigger than this. What we have accomplished in 20 years is not by our strength, it's not by our power. That's why our theme is mercy and grace. There's always much more in God for His people. So as we hunger and thirst and draw from Him the more, we believe that will make more impact. The church community will be bigger, it will be larger, the communities will be blessed through the King's Assembly. So I say a greater vision. In another 20 years, it will be, this is just a child's play. This is just the beginning of what God wants to do.
On their part, some members of the church also spoke on how the King's Assembly transformed their lives.
The church evolves, so as a person you can't stay like the same. So I've learned to evolve and constantly grow. It's offered me a home.
Most of us, when we joined, we had no direction. Thank God for Pastor Chris, who God has used to be a huge blessing to so many of us. Now we have direction, now we have families. So I want to say congratulations to the King's Assembly.
We're grateful to God for everything that He has done for the past 20 years. We're expectant of what He will do for the next 20 years onwards.
It's been an exciting experience worshiping with King's Assembly for 20 years.
Grace and mercy is always with us.
My life has been tremendously transformed. So these days what I try to do is I try to catch up with what's happening with the King's Assembly to make sure that I'm not behind in my own life.
The 20th anniversary celebration of the King's Assembly featured outreaches to communities, worship and praise sessions with seasoned worship ministers, impactful teaching sessions throughout the week-long celebration. On the foreign scene, South Korea's military has announced its readiness to fully respond to alleged deployment of troops at the border by North Korea to blow up roads connecting the two nations along the heavily militarized dividing line. Tensions have escalated in recent days as the nuclear-armed North accused Seoul of flying drones over its capital to drop propaganda leaflets filled with what it described as inflammatory rumors and rubbish and warned that if another drone was detected, it would consider it a declaration of war. South Korean military spokesman Lee Sung-jun confirmed the country's readiness against the possibility of a provocation after Pyongyang ordered artillery units along the border to open fire in case of an escalation. In sports, the Confederation of African Football CAF has opened an investigation into the Super Eagles ordeal in Libya and has threatened to sanction those found violating its statutes and regulations. In its statement, CAF disclosed that the matter has been referred to its disciplinary board for investigation and appropriate action will be taken against those who violated the CAF statutes and regulations. To end the news as a summary of the major stories. We told you that the Nigeria Air Force has announced its plan to acquire more fighter jets and helicopters to boost its combat capabilities. The presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has expressed worry over persistent violent crimes across the country. We also heard that Chief Judge of River State Justice Simeon Chibuzo Amadi has fixed October 17 for the opening ceremony of the 2024-2025 legal year. On the foreign scene, South Korean military is set to respond to troops deployed at its border by North Korea to blow up roads connecting the two nations. Stella Sasongu, editor of the news. For comments and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. Read our stories on todayfmlive.com. Good evening. I am Lucky Maxwell.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, entertainment, sport, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt, because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Today you make your choice. This is only way. One and one is one. Oh Lord, together you belong. Only money I am. So don't take a smile away.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, entertainment, sport, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today95.1 FM Pawtucket, because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
Now, I played something, the remix of this particular song, Oruka. The remix was done by Chike and Iniola, and this is the original version that I'm playing now by Sonny Neji. Okay, what does this remind you? I just had to play the remix. Which one do you like amongst them? Okay, and this other one, of course, it's a wedding song. So which one do you prefer? Just reach out to me now and then tell me also what's on your mind, but not political though. All right, please let's laugh a little bit, leave politics. I'm going to tell you a story. Don't go anywhere. Yes, good evening, welcome.
Hello, Mark.
Yes, how you doing?
Good evening. I'm
good
fine.
evening.
Maybe on the line.
Yes, so go ahead.
Man,
I do.
I still prefer. See, Sonny Neji is one artist that I will forever respect. That guy is a talent. He's a bunch of talent.
So you don't like the remix?
I don't like the remix is okay, but I still prefer Sonny Neji.
Okay, the original one.
Professor Neji, yes, the original version, yes.
If no be para, no be para, no be so.
No. It reminds me of 2004 to 2005 when I first met my girl in school. So I really like the song.
All right, thank you.
No politics.
Thank you, Evie. Now, let me tell you something. In line with this song, what's on my mind? I was watching a video and I saw a lady. I won't call her name, so you won't say I'm labeling someone, something. She's a Nigerian. She actually married a senator. The senator is far, far older than her. And now they were laughing in the video, like, both of them they were sitting side by side, and I don't know what happened. So both of them, they were laughing and chatting, and then she now wrote hobby with the cutest laugh. So I I went to the comment section. People were saying, now what I was saying, in this life, just have money. Anything you do is fantastic, you know. So probably they were referring to the fact that the reason why Hobby has cutest laugh is because he has money. If that wasn't the case, assuming the man, that senator, doesn't have money, do you think she would have married him? Or do you think he would have had that cutest laugh? That's what's on my mind though. Woman, they marry man, we old pass and where we no get money. Have you ever seen that happen? I'm asking. Queen, I'm also asking you that question, or wherever you are. Have you seen a lady who will marry a man who is far older than her, but the man does not have money? Does it happen? Not in Nollywood. I mean, in real life. Not forced marriage. Also, I'm not talking about that one. That, as in open eye like this, she just married the man. All right. Feel free to tell me if it's possible. Then I'll play you another one. You will love this one. Dengue Pose by Baba Frayo. I'll play the remix. I'll also play you the original one. Don't go anywhere.
Like you be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and why you two deform like you be King Kardashian? And you know I be queen, and I never take no nonsense. Please give me, don't have no time for drama. This boy, you think that you fine? I got another boy will fine past you. Oh, this girl, you think that you fine? I got another girl will fine past you. Hey, this boy, you think that you fine? I got another boy will fine past you. Say you fine, I got another girl with fine past you. You got the drink and then you got the pose. You got the walk and go to car, you got the pose. You got the drink and then you got the pose. You got the pose. You got the drink and then you got the pose. You got the walk and go to car, you got the pose. You got the drink and then you got the pose. So they do shakara for me. Shakara for me. So they got it shoulder. You fight, I get another boy way fine past you. Tenny all out, you think so you fine, I get another girl way fine past you. The one way you get, you know fight reach me. I saw you they think I'm old. I free promise you.
That's the remix of that particular song. Tenny and Johnny Drill collaborated on that one. I'll play the original by Baba Frayo. Then go they pose, then go they dengue. You know the song those days. I'm sure some of you danced to that particular tune. So I was asking, woman they marry man, we know who Pepe, we ugly, and then probably is far older than her. Is it possible? Yes. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Hello, look.
I can hear you, sir.
Hello.
Now, wow. Network is not working. Keep the calls coming in. Or do me a message. All right? I love it if you do me a message. Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Yes, Master, good evening. This is Jerry calling from Izoba.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yes, concerning, sir, can I comment on that one in English song?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay, yes, I know I'm quite young now, still in my mid-20s, but I can really remember back then, 2004, 5, 6, when somebody sang that song. It really gives us a very good feeling of old times, really. For me, the remix is good, it's nice, it sounds contemporary, but the old and tough and they actually brought out the real sense in that. So I'll actually go with the real version of that song, definitely. I was a kid hearing that over the radio, but it really sent a really big signal to me, even up to.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Women don't love, they only like what attracts them. As for the songs, I prefer the original versions because they remind me of the vibes and all my experiences and memories of that time. Dixon, thank you very much. Thank you. Ken, leave our queen alone. No. Yes, queen is actually pretty, very pretty. You want to see her, you go through me. I am the chief of staff. All right, let me play you the other version of Denga Post by Baba Frayo. So that's Baba Fryer for you. Then go the pose. Are you amongst those people? You don't get anything, you just a pose. All right, call me and tell me what's on your mind. you can just touch on the song a little bit. Do you love the original version or you prefer the remix or limix? You know my brothers who used to call it limix. The limix. 0810-9510-951. Tell me what's on your mind. And then I asked a question on the sidelines. Will a lady, koro, not by forced marriage, permit me to use that, marry a man that is far older than her without the guy having money? Is it possible? Hello?
Hello, man.
Yes, what's Nachi? Alpha?
Hello, sir. What's Nachi on the line?
I greet you, sir. Oh, well, the mix, no?
Oh, man, now this old one, he remind me of my Lagos days. Those days when I did Lagos, 90s.
Hey, they pose, they then go up and down.
Right. About that time, I know they pose because I not get money. But the thing I said, for this time, why they see people just touch their clothes, nothing come out.
Everybody's an honorable now. Honorable this, honorable that. Honorable this, honorable that. Nothing come out too.
Thank you for taking me back to those days.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay. I think I prefer the original version, the dengue pose, because back then, the kids and all that, it bring back those old days and those old memories. And the song is not actually just saying you have and you're posing. If you listen very well, he was also talking about if you feel you have money and people around you are still suffering, you have nothing.
Yes.
That's another thing message he was trying to pass through. Then for marrying someone that is older, that does not have money, the first question is, are they even agreeing to marry their age mate or someone that is their age that does not have money? That's the question to ask. Talking of marrying someone that is way, way older, that does not have money. This is not possible, my brother. It's never possible. So, that's my take on that.
All right. The lady said the hubby has the cutest smile. And someone said, what is cute about that smile? Hey. Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mark.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, what is on my mind this evening is how I can get to a very cool joint and take a good issue and then come back home, get one little charge pin to rub my body.
Oh, which one? Which model of the charge pin?
Maybe 19 to 21 above.
Okay.
The pointed.
It's all right.
Pointed instrument at the forefront. What? Don't make me laugh.
It's all right. Thank you. See the kind of model he's longing for. Let me give you this song. Now, this kind of song fits you. Don't worry, keep the calls coming in. 0810-951-0951, 0817-000-951. Yes, the song will still be playing. Okay, of course, most of you know that song. I'm playing it for that particular man. He has told you what's on his mind. He loves enjoyment. Yes, good evening. Eto, how you doing now?
My brother, I know they fine.
You have to be fine. You have to be fine.
My brother, I cannot lie for you. I hear one of the callers talking about what he's looking for. He pointed on Arsenal at the front and Man U at the back and the rest. Maxwell, my brother, I'm just looking for a half-back of rice to sustain for this time. If you need the half-back of rice, I will raise your banner, throw out this 2 even 4 years, I will sing your praise. I will raise your half-back of rice, I will clarify. I will go to every radio station to play the good for I sing the praise for the rest of 2 to 3 years. Thank you. That is my own. I make you share the money reach me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Good evening. Welcome. Oh, we lost that call.
Me not get him man. Every time you go, I go close the gate to you. Oh, I jump. Why you to the light to jump? I love you. Oh, I jump. Why you to the light to jump? I love you. I say me from a fire you bump. Now all you the
Yes, good evening.
Me from a fire you bump. Now all you the granite at the cell up on the court. But when I give you the granite, before you go pay, now biggie wahala. Oh God, I chop. Why you do the light to chop? I don't know. Oh God, I chop.
Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Lucky Maxwell.
I greet you, sir. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Daniel.
Yes, please go ahead.
Right now. Lucky Maxwell. When they try to save money for this country, get people who hold money stand. I walk around Peter the Day Road. Lucky Maxwell.
What did you see?
Lucky Maxwell, my brother. Guys, this particular compound, there's building going on in that compound. Did you know what the man used in doing fence? Long span aluminium roofing sheet. You they laugh at it. Now, what did this man use not a compound round? I said, if this man go use this long span do fence, what thing go use roof the house? If you watch around this, man, in neighbors and family members, they suffer. But then use long span aluminium, do fence around, just for the road here. If you just go the road here, you go. I don't call this market. This market where they opposite the house, but just go the road, you go see this after some sort of about.
No, there's money. You see, there's no doubt. Yeah, it's not as though there's no money. It's just distribution. That's just the problem.
That is just the problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Babu with the chop. When we practice, it must stop. How can I break my back? Toil and sweat, only to fill up another man's pocket. I cannot take it, I hate it. Why don't we try to change it? If a man does his job, his reward, let him get it. Cause he deserves it, and that's the fact. If he is put in so much, he must get something back. I don't tire. I dey go back to my village. Oh God, I don't tire. I dey go back to my village. I dey go plant cocoa. I dey go plant cassava. Even though I am, me I dey go back to my village. And when rain go fall, he go water all my seed, yo. I go chop, you go chop. Me I no go chop alone, yo. Oh God, chop, I chop. Come to the light to chop alone, yo. Oh God, chop, I chop. Come to the light to chop alone, yo. Now you the director, I begin.
get man. If the body's independent, try to understand. When I do my part to do your own, a big wahala. Tell me, yoga, why do you wanna cheat to your brother? Well, this world belongs to more than one man. Live and let live, and that is God's plan. But some greedy people want everything for themselves, and they don't give a damn about no one else. You see, it's jealousy, hypocrisy, uncertainty, and that is what is killing our society. I don't know why it is so. When it's a caring and sharing and loving to make the world grow. Now I'm gonna call on Etienne, I'm the band, to come and do it again. But before I hand over the microphone, I say, oh God, make you know the jump alone. I don't tire, I then go back to my village.
Yes, good evening, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
I wish all radio stations will be playing this music every day by day on daily basis. Playing this music. Because politicians are the ones chopping, you know. They don't want the pot to chop. And the guy will sing this music. I don't know what to enter them more. Even though that now within this period where this music they won't some of all this music when they play. You know that some of these musicians they are they seem to be prophets. If they open church, they will make well.
Thank you, sir.
I'm telling you, so what they
find money. So no matter how man think this, so that man 90 years. So far that man get money, love will find out. Love must always find out. Please, Mr. Mark, can you just leave that song again?
Yes, good evening. Hello. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Hello.
My mood is not just good this evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's the problem? Calm down.
Yes, my mood is not just good this evening.
What is it?
But if you can help me and play Williams on Yema, I will be happy. When the road is going good, many people will be a friend. If you play me that song, you will make my day.
I just pray I find it too. That's another issue. Oh, you see, your line is breaking, really breaking. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Lucky Maswell.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. Oh, you don't really make my day for that song where you play. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, sir.
I don't tire. They go back to my village.
Please don't go back. Don't go back. Hello. Oh, what's going on with the lines now? Good evening, Maxwell. A woman that loves a young guy can still decide to marry her choice, believing that things will be better unless the guy's head is not straight. That is when the woman will run. But many of them are looking for rich elderly men. I met my wife when I had no work and very young, as at 25. I was 10. Dated her till we got married. Dixon, you get loco. You see woman, we grieve for you. You don't have a job. Etienne T-Boy, may his soul rest in peace. Chop I Chop. This music used to be a regular on NTA2, Channel 5, Lagos, between 1992 to 93. Those days when television station will open by 4 p.m. and close by 12 a.m. We have come a long way. Wachuku from Ajip. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Hello, Lucky Maxwell.
Yes, good to have you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. First and foremost, the music you talked about is Williams Onyebo, not Onyema.
Okay, Williams Onyebo.
Williams Onyebo. Having said so, with nostalgia, when you play the TNT boy, I couldn't just but hold myself, but I have to hold myself because we all are not going to die the same day. He's a friend. More so, we became very close when he came back abroad. And we were all together. We are always together, sharing moments. And I've learned so much from him in the course of my journey in the entertainment world. And I want to say that when he passed, then I was the secretary of Pima River State. We organized a concert for him at a hotel called Bongevilla. May his soul rest. It's a great soul, and his song and his work is working and is impacting in the lives of people. Today, I wouldn't have called, but I have to call because of the song you played. I'm so touched. Let me wait till Eyewitness Report. Good evening. I remain the former.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. You see, I hope this is the song. I don't know, but just check it out. So I don't know if that is it. This one is, I think he called it Beautiful Baby. That's what I called that one. So I don't know. But let me just take some few more calls. Maybe along the line, if I'm able to find it in between Eyewitness or any other one, I'll just push it in for you. Maybe at the end of the program. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, Lucky Master story. I get this in low battery.
Oh, sorry.
So my phone be off.
Okay, no problem, sir. No problem.
That you have really made my day for that song. But I get this particular one where I won't make you play so that make people hear and people where they never born that time. Where they say, go, Gary, one cup, one night. Oh my goodness. It's not enough. So, by then, would they cry, say, Gary, na one cup, one night. I wish Gary would come back like that. So that make people know. Oh my God, that time everybody, my mom, all of us, they cry, say, Gary, one cup, one night. Okay, Master, can you imagine? Now, Gary, one cup, now how much now? 250, 200. We will go use to buy almost one basin. Die. Look, Master, think I'm now. Chai. Now, wow. Lucky Master, help me play that music. Make I go back to those days. Make people when they never born hear them because I know say them they listen now. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're doing well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, we can take one more and then we'll hop into area talk, isn't it? Yes, of course. All right. Okay. I've seen it. You see, just stay with us. Okay. Just stay with us. I will see how I can push it in for you. Hi, Max. This your music collaboration that you started newly is making sense. Keep it up. Now, really, chop I chop. Nigerian politicians are doing the majority of Nigerians who constitute the average Nigerians. But Max, I beg, make people better no go village. Rather, even if na Congo, Cameroon, or Benin Republic you enter, as their money now have greater value than your self-acclaimed so-called giant of Africa, Naira. Max, by this time, 2025, 2026, now child's play economic quagmire that average Nigerian families will be facing. Then fuel will be 15 upwards we're still the genesis. So, okay, we are still in the genesis. Okay, I'll stop there. It's not really flowing again. But that's what you can take. Thank you very much, everyone. That's been a part of the conversation. Let's take this short break. We'll come back and we'll look at something very striking. Local vigilantes complaining that the hardship in the land is hampering their jobs. You know that if you stretch these guys with the event of hardship and the way people are now venturing into crime, the local vigilante people, knowing that we don't have enough police in our localities, are complaining, and they are begging government to, rescind on their decision, reduce fuel price, touch on other areas, so that naturally people can manage their life and would not go into crime. We'll look at that, the effect on the society. Our security expert will be on the show. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
You may not realize it, but do you know you can always show your love for others with simple gestures? Here are some of them. Always look for the good in people. There are two sides to every story. We have our good and bad sides. So, look for the good in people. Focus on people's potential. Everyone has potential. So, rather than put them down, help them realize it. Choose to love. If you're given an option between giving love and receiving love, choose given because that is a more practical choice. Treat everyone as equals. This means letting go of all the prejudice and partiality. See people for who they really are, not their jobs, not their apparels or bank accounts. If everyone does this, then the world will be a better place. Love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. So, before you try to love other people, love yourself first. Forgive. We all make mistakes. So, whether it's a family or a stranger, the best way of showing love is forgiveness. Everyone deserves a second chance. Show compassion. Care for other people. Care for what they are going through. Do what you can to help. Give back to the community. Remember that a single drop of water can cause countless ripples. That donation, no matter how small, can inspire others to do the same. Smile, even to strangers. Remember that you're never fully dressed without a smile. So, do not underestimate the power of a smile. Not only does it lighten up your face, it will also brighten up another person's day. Be the spark of positivity you want to see. When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
All right, welcome back. So we're looking at those who are meant to provide security for us. We are all aware that the police is saddled with the responsibility of providing security, and we are also aware So we're all aware that the police is saddled with the responsibility of providing security. However, the workforce in the Nigerian police, of course, is less. Hence the need for the introduction of local vigilante. And they have been doing a very fantastic job. no doubt. But the issue is this. The local vigilante are actually complaining. They are complaining that the hardship in the land is increasing crime by the day. People ordinarily who wouldn't have gone into crime are going into crime. You know, there are people who have very short threshold. They can't withstand pressure for a very long time. They can't withstand hunger. Some are willing to work, they can't find anything to do. You know, when people say, oh, people should find something to do, youth should find something to do, what if they can't find? So what if they can't find something to do? So some have resorted to stealing phones here and there. They steal plantain. My auntie sent me Gary and I asked her, why didn't you add plantain? She said each time they plant plantain, the harvesters will go there and harvest it. So they stopped. Except you plant it within your house area that you can be vigilant. What if you don't have enough soil around there? So if you plant in the farm, what happens? The harvesters will go there. The reason why probably they can't pull out cassava is while they are doing that, people might see them. But plantain is easy. They can just cut it, piam, and then they are gone. So each time they plant plantain around the farm, they come back and they meet none. So she said they had to stop. It has gotten to that level. So Prince Amaratai, who is the commander of the local vigilante in Diobu, is saying that what we have now is what he calls a time bomb. And he is telling government to bring down fuel price, create an environment where people can work, and then no matter how little they're earning, they can live their life. Because he is saying that it's also stretching them, the security people. You go, before you know it, they are calling you here, they are calling you here. So they too, they are facing the same hardship. We have Ukechi Smith Dibia, they are a crime analyst, joining us on the program. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Okay.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Can you hear me?
Very clear, sir. Very clear.
Okay. Also, listeners, actually, Mr. Maxwell, if we were to look at what the vigilante people and all the actually, we don't need to pretend. A problem, crime is increasing on a daily basis. Mr. Maxwell, if you're in that field, there is a theory of crime technology that is known as theory. This shows that when people are trained intend to fall into crime, across solution for reduction of crime had always been employment generation, create enabling environment for business to strive. It cannot do and expect people will not see rise. Mr. Maxwell, their gold, it's in a safe, have value. Now, food, to the extent that bag of rice is 100 and something thousand. Now, tell me, how many persons be able to have a bag of rice? As such, the people that are selling bag of rice will in turn look for security that will see their bag of rice or their shop. Because now, that rice now, as such they will do for them. They cannot meet up. These people, boys, will also go and see. There is a high increase in crime because people are trained already. If you go, the security, sometimes I just pity them because the issue is increasing, the stress is. I made a research on your radio station. 70% of parents have poverty because to lunch boxes.
Okay, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. Can you hear me now?
So I was saying that the security agents are almost overwhelmed because people are now stealing food. Rice is sold for 100 and something thousand as such. There is value to it. If I succeed to steal a bag of rice, of course I have money the next morning. Because I can decide to sell it for even 80,000 and somebody will just pray God that he's got rice for 80,000. What am I not saying? The people are strained, and this will only happen because of failure of government institutions. Government is saddled with the responsibility to create enabling environment, to create jobs. It is not to look for political structure.
Mr. Smith, are you still there?
Left their responsibility and are now struggling and fighting for positions as such, allowing the people to suffer. Mr. Mosway, people are stealing across. If you take time to see, go to police stations, go to prisons, go to these places, you will see that people are strained. So there will be increase in crime, as of course there is already, and then it will also be affecting the law enforcement because these vigilante people working virtually 24 hours because they are all The only solution is not a rocket science.
Okay.
That's where the only solution, create employment, reduce fuel subsidy, even if not to reduce the fuel price.
Okay, the fuel price.
Wait, do you know that in October we were all looking at our president coming?
Hello, Mr. Smith. Oh boy. Even the networks looks as though they are also strained. All right, but you can start sending in your messages. Do you think the hardship is also affecting the security agencies, thereby straining them? Looking at the fact that there's a particular, I can't lay hold on that particular number now. Maybe Ukechi will help us if I eventually get through to him. One policeman is supposed to be attached, just like you have 1 to 600 for doctor and patients. You also have that proportion when it comes to policing. But we know that the police officers we have across the nations, they are few. A lot of people have said, do state policing. And then local vigilante has also been helping. But now the local vigilantes are saying crime is increasing. What they deal with every day is much more than what they bargain for. The hardship is on them. They are also experiencing this because they buy fuel to power their vehicles that makes them move around. Government probably does not give them enough money like that. Okay, maybe they get their monies through donations here and there. And they are also saying that people are stealing daily, plantain, phones, name it. So it's, according to Prince Amaratai, they are strained because they are human beings. Even robots, they work and they rest. Imagine your TV, keeping your TV on for 24 hours. It will get to a point, it will be very hot, and then the ISIS will feel the heat. And you know what that means. I'll try and get through to Ukechi Smith Dibia to give us more explanation on how this particular situation, the Nigerian situation as we speak, is affecting security agencies, policing, and every other security outfit. But you can join the conversation. Do you think it's affecting them? Do you think it is training them? The level of crime increasing in our society as we speak, where people steal plantain. Like, this is the first time. People don't usually steal plantain. Before, no. Good evening.
Max, Mr. Zion.
Yes, please, go ahead.
They also steal vegetables, so. They are now stealing vegetables, so. Ugu leaf. Before you go wake up, they don't cut them, go sell them, just to make sure they go feed their family. Look at the. Okay, now he's a president now. Tinubu turns colloquial, right? Look at those speech he made. People thought he was joking. I know out of just to protect their job, some journalists are trying to say, are you sure it's not doctored? Are you sure he didn't say it? But it was stated clearly. We will slow down the economy, reduce the buying power, and spread the tax net, drag it. As I'm talking to you, come to the street and see underage girls are now into prostitution. Come to the street of Port Harcourt. The security agencies can no longer attend to it. I tended to keep this thing as the eyewitness to you before. Even in the police stations, now the level of crime reporting has increased.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Zion.
Besides, sorry, before I leave the floor, do you know that to deter you not to come and report, the police have kept a price tag for you to buy fuel mobilization for them to go for the arrest? It's now 30,000 naira. Let me stop here.
Thank you, Mr. Zion. Yes, Ukechi Smith Dibia, thank God we got back. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
You can also see what I'm saying. Network cannot also allow people for some time now.
It's like the network is also strained.
It means that the service providers are unable to power all their systems at the same time. There's nothing that is wrong with their system, but the truth is that if in Rumosi, just where you are, they have 10 repeaters, access controls, which of course we know as miles, as in the miles. They are unable to power the 10 at the same time, so they power 5.
Okay.
And they allow the other 5 because the resources to power the 10 become so heavy on them as They now interchange it. So if you're supposed to have 100% network, you're going to have 50% because that's just how they are managing it. It's as a result of government failure. That is exactly what I'm going to say. The reason is just that the government is failing on a daily basis. Because you fail on a daily basis, as such, crime is increasing also on a daily basis. Mr. Maswell, do you know that folk will buy the keke riders who buy fuel for at least 3 liters when fuel was 500 or 400. They could use 1,500 and buy 3 liters and play around their areas, and as such, they get turnover and pay for the owner of the keke and as well eat on their own. But do you know now that keke people are buying fuel almost more than 10,000 naira in a day? As such, how would these people cope? Did you understand that? The barber that can buy 1,000 naira fuel and at least barb 2-3 persons and get profit can no longer buy fuel. Imagine a barber buying fuel for 7,000 naira, 5 liters of fuel for 7,000 naira. So as such, crime is increasing in a daily basis. We are in the 6th and we are sitting on a time bomb. Vigilante people are saying, do you know that the government security agencies, they are also overwhelmed, but the truth is that they won't say much because it is like it is the responsibility of the government agencies to provide security. As such, they won't say much. But I have always said, even if not in Nigeria as a whole, the government of Rivers State, our excellency should please calm down and see how to help to create more enabling environment. I understand it's not easy for him because a man that has not even sat down and they have been fight, battle upon battle, even what he's doing for me, he's trying. But I also think that he should try more because as a father, as a head, everything lies with him. Because by the time this time pump will explode, you can see that the vigilante people are overwhelmed already. There is no doubt about that. Because everything has value now. Phones that you can buy for 10,000, you can no longer buy for 60,000. Of course, anybody that picks it will not return it, except very few. So the only thing I think that the government will do, and will do it urgently, is to begin to create job opportunities. And these job opportunities are not just on for civil servant jobs alone. Let there be factories. Let there be factories where people will go to work. I was driving down when somebody said you should play one music.
Hello, Mr. Smith. Hello. Oh boy. Mr. Smith. It's all right. All right, keep the calls coming in. 0810-9510-951. But I think you've gotten something from our crime analyst, Ukechi Smith Divya. Create jobs. Ensure there are factories, not just civil service jobs. If the center is not doing what it's supposed to do, here, the state governor, of course, can go along with, from what he's saying, to create jobs. But let's see. I think we're back. Yes, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
I was saying that the solution is job opportunity.
Okay.
Mr. Maxwell, last week Monday, today I had a class, I had a seminar, and I was telling them that what happened last week Monday is up to government to set up a research body to research, not just the panel, no problem, that is the legal aspect of it. A research body to research why within 1 to 2 good hours, you have over 2,000 youths on the street of Rivers protesting for and against. That alone means that there are more youths outside there that does not have jobs. That are very engaged. So the government is supposed to set a research body, a group to research. Why within 2 hours we have this number of youths outside. So that is to say that we don't have much food that we get. So how do we engage these people? I also told them in this seminar department that today makes it 1 week that the local government elected people are doing work. As much as they have reviewed, they need to begin to understand that they will need to help this governor in another agency to reduce the level of unemployment so that crime will reduce. Because you see now, it's like it's busy and gradually it's increasing. And you know how it happens. So as such, the local government, we need to begin to look at plans. The plan should be just be a normal way of empowering people. Because it is, I was trying to ask somebody, I said, few months back, that we are.
Hello. 0810-9510-951, 0817-0000-951. Do you think the security agencies are overwhelmed? Do you think they're strained as a result of the hardship in the land? What do you think will be the resultant effect on the society, positive or negative? Join the conversation. Yes, good evening.
Lucky Maswell.
Welcome, sir. Go ahead.
If you ask me, the negative is going to overwhelm the positive. We have had our guests. We had them very clearly. And I know that you know. And I know too that you know that I know. And so many Nigerians know. But they like to sit on the fence. There's no type of job the government of the state will provide in the ministries that will take away this use of the sea. The best thing is governor. I've been saying it. If I have opportunity to become a governor, to become a president, I will travel nowhere. I will sit here and keep together a consortium of people. The governor should wake up. You're aware that last week, 4 commissioners were sworn into office, including Commissioner for Commerce and Industry. Lucky Maswell. Can you mention one area, one part of River State where River State government have an industry? Can you tell me part of River State that River State government have industry? We are shouting and we are talking every day, and they seem not to understand. But the good thing is that the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry is a chairman. And I think he should do something concerning the vast land across board. Those that have been taken over by the criminal-minded people called land grabber. Look at, when I was watching the Super Ego match, I felt very bad. Look at River State, we have a stadium there. Do you know how many jobs that place can provide? Look at the airport hotel there. That place is still a forest. Do you know how many jobs that place can provide? I think in as much as we are playing on the federal, the state governor, how much will it take to build factories? There is space in Ahoda Industrial Park there. How much will it take to take use of the street? It is very important. Without doing so, if the government let them donate 200 vehicles to police, to soldiers, and what have you, it's not going to stop the problem of crime. We hear in China, they are giving up their factories, their prisons. Their prisons, they are giving them out to factories for production. But here in Nigeria, we are thinking of building more prisons, buying more guns, buying more to kind of the hard air force. We are telling us just to do what? To do what? To kill human beings, not to kill antelope. Those billions they want to buy those equipment is enough for the government to build factories, and they are refusing to do so. I think the young men should be reasonable and take their case.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. 0810-9510-951. Please send in your messages also. Yes. I think we'll go to Ukechi back. Ukechi Smith, Divya, good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Maswell, can
Yes.
you hear me?
Very clear now. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you see part of what we're struggling.
Mm.
Actually, I was saying before the interruption that the local government chairman we just need, with the amount of urgency, begin to sit down to help the governor. I think that, like we're saying, what happened within 1-2 hours, having 2,000 youths at the same time protesting against alcohol is a time bomb for this country. I mean, for the state. So as such, just as the last caller said, the government really after the elections, only 4 persons for commissioner. That's a good one, no doubt about that. But I also think that the governor should also, as a matter of urgency, begin to look at few persons within the system that they can put in to monitor how we can get industries, rehabilitate the ones we have. Mr. Maxwell, in Amechi's administration, there is this strange manufacturing company by close to you there.
Yes, at Rumosi.
That industry was...
Oh my God. Hello?
But Mr. Maxwell, that particular till now, I don't know how much it will take and how many days it will take for executive order to be passed that place be rehabilitated immediately and we have people there. Mr. Maxwell, we have cassava cassava refining what in Obibo that was from World Bank and River State government. I don't know if we cannot do executive order or for that place to commence immediately. I have said it the other time that this government should go back to the school to land project. Let them begin to understand why the government started that school to land. They should go back and visit that. I told you the other time that even local government then had tractors. They need tractors. When you want to clear your farm, you go to local government, just pay a little money, they give you tractor, you go and do. As such, who are these people that will be driving this tractor? Are they animals? No, they are human beings. Who are these people that are going to clear? They are human beings. So there is need for industry in this country, in this state. I don't want to be talking about Nigeria because for me, Nigeria is a tertiary problem. I'm talking of River State.
Okay.
We only pass executive order when it has to do with political issues. What happened on Monday? For me, if I were to be the governor to pass executive order, by now we would have had at least 4 or 5 industries in this country, in this state, that the ones we have already, you will see that work will start. Because you can't bring 2,000 persons within less than 1 hour for youth. So we need to create employment. It is a time bomb that we're sitting. You can see that the vigilante people are overwhelmed already. Why you're not here the other side of the security agencies? Because those ones are official, so they can't say much because of the...
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I'm wrapping up.
They are also fighting in the same market. Their children are still in the same school. So it's not like they are living in another planet. They are just living in this same planet. They are also facing what we are facing. So the only thing I think that the governor will need to do, and he needs to do, is just to please let him begin to look at our mother and child hospital that has been closed from the other previous administration till now. There should be executive order. If there anything is holding it, let that place start working. That's what I tell you, that place can take over 100 to 200 staff. Look at our cancer cardiovascular in Omokuta. That place will be open. Look at my home market. Look at our places that are all locked down.
Sure.
They should open and begin to work immediately. Why people are going to that civil service job? Some people are going back to street company. Some people are going back to cassava company. Some people are going back to plantain. This other one that
Songhai farm.
There is fish farm.
In
There is
Buguma.
also fish farm in around the game or Buguma area. And we have them several places that are making this. And these things are moribund. Up till now, what is happening? There should be they should declare state of emergency in this our river state as regards unemployment. Not the governor should do that. It's not a state of emergency they are threatening us for. That one will not work. It's not that one I'm talking about because for me, that one is not going to work. So let nobody be threatened about that one. But the one I'm talking of is that of unemployment. It's a serious matter that we need to urgently begin to think of how to engage the youth. If we don't engage the youth, it's a mass way to get to the point that even the government has, I don't know how it will look like, because I don't know how many people that with the law can kill. So it is an issue of emergency. Let us begin to think of how to create industry. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I told the person that these local government chairmen that have entered now, they are not monopoly of knowledge. As such, they should look for consultants that will map out strategy on how to empower their youth. It's not the normal youth empowerment. Like I was saying the other time that they did in the caretaker people did. Most of those things were sold also by the people that received them. Because when you give me a dryer and I don't have a hair salon, I will sell it now. Maybe when you give me a dryer and I'm hungry, I will sell it now. So that is not the kind of empowerment we're talking about. What we're talking about is to holistic empowerment, holistic factory. Look at Andoni local government or thereabouts. The local government should begin to think of how to get boats for
trawlers.
Fishing. Look at the people in a chain. They should think of vast land they have, how to develop that place and have factories. Look at people in Ahuda. Look at people in Ogoni. What are we talking about? The local government should begin to identify that peculiarity and begin to develop it immediately so that they can engage the youth. Where youths are not properly engaged, I tell you, it will get a point. Even everybody.
Hello, Mr. Smith. Oh, okay. I think Mr. Smith has tried. Let's take some calls. Good evening. Oh, lost that one. 0810-9510-951. Mr. Smith, thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for doing justice to this topic. And of course, we pray that the authorities are listening. You are an expert when it comes to crime, when it comes to analyzing crime. So, and you've always stated that the best way to fight crime is to create employment. Naturally, criminality will drop. And once that happens, the security agencies will have less job. True? Good evening. Oh boy. Send in your messages to 0701-9339-962. Good evening.
Lucky Master.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. I call back again. Lucky Master. I think we have executive chairman in all the 23 local governments, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you look at Bonny, Opobo Andoni, all this Calabar area and Okreka, Asaritor and Akukutoro, and Ogubolo and Okreka, LG, they are all riverine areas. And we have chairmen, they are elected now. If you look at all those local governments, there are more than 6 or 7. If each local government can give us like 3 or 2 trawler boats to catch, go into the sea, because we have enough sea, shore everywhere, and catch fish. We have enough fish in this river state. You understand? Because there is money. Always send as allocation to all these LGS, all these local government I mentioned. People will work on all those trawlers. Boys will work there. And those trawlers will serve, it's just like you're working in rig, because they spend a lot of time inside the sea. And anytime they comes back, you see enough fish. And River State will not lack fish. Then you look at AJ, Ogoni area, Omoku, all this upland, because we do riverine and upland. These people mandate them to do farming, some cassava farming, some LTA, plantain, some LG. Man, Lucky Maswell will have enough food. Not only fighting, not only structure. Let's have food before we look for structure. Like our guests have said it all. There are a lot of youth out there that doesn't have job to do. Come on, what is government doing? There's a lot of money in River State. Why all this fight and all everything and we will die in hunger? Why are they like this? Let them think very well. This will flow. Not only pointing hard at the president, all-time president. Let's do our own because they say grassroots first. Let charity begins at home before we look outside.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Well, it's well.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Yes, good evening.
Hello, Lucky Master.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, man. I'm Alex calling from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Lucky Master, you see, your guest has said it all. You know the problem of our leaders? Unenlightened selfishness is what that's the attitude of our politicians. Doing what is right is not in the agenda. Unenlightened selfishness. You know what is good to do. Despite whatever criticism you may have from anybody that have put you in office or whatever, but you don't want to do it. Lucky Master, the protest last week, Monday, your guest said it all, is lack of unemployment. And he made reference to the former governor of Rivers State, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi. I hold that man in high esteem because he created a lot of job opportunities for Rivers State. If the former governor that left followed the same footsteps, by now Rivers State would have changed. He mentioned of a lot of industries, a lot of infrastructures in former Amechi left. I added this, what do they call it, this fertilizer company. Situated at Eagle Island. That place can also employ the Rivers youth. But our leaders in Rivers State are so selfish to their own self-personal gain. They don't want to do anything for Rivers youth. And I made mention some time ago. You say there is about 5% or whatever. The youth of Rivers State don't want to take the power into their hands. They know what to do. If they say enough of this drama, enough is enough, the leaders that they have put in place will sit up. Not Maxwell, see, except the governor starts putting infrastructure in places, revamping the dead, moribund infrastructure the former governor Rotimi Amechi has kept, revamping it for people to start working. If not, Rivers State in the next 2 years, even 2027, I don't think Rivers State will contain anybody else. Because the rate which is going now of fighting of structure of to lead schematic and simplify and I don't know the next drama that will come up.
Thank you,
sir. See, Lucky Maxwell, Rivers youth should stand up and with every time they are complaining of the federal government. Is the state not receiving allocation from the federal government?
Thank you, sir.
What are they using it for?
Thank you.
What are they using it for? Local government chairman have been swept in. We have not heard anything from any of them. What are they doing?
All right.
It is well,
thank you, sir. Thank you. It is well. Yes, good evening. Welcome. Hello, good evening. Good evening. We have Picto. Yes, good evening. Welcome. Hello. Good evening. Oh boy. You can send in messages. I'll take them. WhatsApp, regular. Good evening, Maxwell. Yes, it will affect the local security. Sometimes our leaders should understand the pains of the people and fix up things that will touch the least person on the street. Now, I listened to your station deliberately this morning, conducted by Kelly. I've heard someone defending our state government by saying that civil servants are receiving 30,000 minimum wage. In fact, I was provoked when Kelly confronted him due to his response. It shows that he doesn't tell the truth. I'll tell you that the River State University staffs are still receiving 18,000 naira minimum wage issued by Dr. Peter Odili till now. Dixon, are you sure of what you're saying? It's all right. Good evening.
Good evening, Billy.
Welcome, sir. My name is Maxwell. Go ahead, sir.
Maxwell.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Hello, sir. Go ahead. Hello.
I say I'm Simeon. I'm calling from Billy.
Yes, please. Go ahead, sir.
Miss Maxwell, it is obvious that we are tired of talking and talking and talking, directing government what to do.
All right. Can you do messages? WhatsApp. If you have Android phone. If you don't have Android phone, you can do the other one. I think it's 4 naira per message. Okay. So we can also take a response to this issue. Do you think the security agencies are overwhelmed, both the local security agencies and the ones that are saddled with the responsibility, that's the police, NSCDC? Do you think they are overwhelmed? What do you think will be the impact on the society and on the security agencies themselves? Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Jeremiah.
Go ahead, sir. Welcome, sir.
Mama Jehovah.
Yes, sir.
The question is asked is very simple. Creating industry and factory. Other countries are closing their prisons because people no longer commit crime, because their government is creating jobs. And when people have something they are doing, they cannot engage in criminology, in criminal. Like over 4 days now, I'm in darkness. You know why? These are our fine boys vandalize our transformer. And it's going to take us 900 and something thousand to put in order before we can get light. Because if we begin with NEPA, it's after Armageddon we can get light. You see? So if government has great job for people, people have everything. Our boys, our youth, they want to work. But our governments are not doing very well. Go to Transamado. I remember 70s and 80s. If he stay at Transamado this 3 o'clock, it will be very hard for you to get the bus you will use to return because the workers have closed. But today, go to Transamado. For example, Mecherin yard. Grass cover everywhere. Grass industry, many of them. He go to Navcon village. You know Navcon village. I beg, I don't want to go further. I want Jehovah. I'm tired. That is why Ecclesiastes 8 verse 9, he said that man has dominated man to his injury. This Bible quotation is fulfilling in this our country, Nigeria and the River State. Why not great job? Our Papa Jehovah give Nigeria, special River State, everything. Oil, everything. The soil is very rich. Both rice, both everything. We can have all those things. But our government, and the area it pains me that if they will praising governors, praising is doing what well is he doing? You know the allocation, the money that are entering this River State every month? Like this ring road, I want Jehovah, I'm against it. How many people are going to enjoy the road? Like I myself, how many months remain for me to go and meet my ancestor? Will I climb that ring road before I die? Why not great job?
Thank you.
Last week I went to teaching hospital, no medicine. Even bulb, light is not lighting.
All right.
Glass cover everywhere.
Thank
What kind of country is this?
Thank you,
So
sir.
if the government can create jobs, police will be only to control traffic.
All right. Thank
No
you,
need to carry
Jehovah.
gun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amwa Jehovah. You are doing very well.
Thank you, Jehovah.
Jeremiah, continue to talk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. KM Hospital says, good evening, Maxwell. It's time our president hold weekly meetings with governors and governors holding weekly meetings with LGA chairmen to take Nigeria out of the situation we are. Maxwell, let me say it again. Nigeria is now under austerity rule. I recall this plantain that people are stealing now. I recall when, if you plant plantain within your area, that plantain will be up there, it will mature. If you don't come to cut it, it will be there, it will ripe, and probably start falling off. Am I correct? Who is there anyone who can, relate with that? Your plantain will be mature, it will ripe, it will start falling off. Nobody will touch it because plantain was everywhere. And I remember I used to usually buy plantain, a very big bunch for 1,000 to 1,000. That's one. So because my auntie, of course, goes to the bush market to buy things. So each time she's back, she will say, "Come and carry things." So I think it was everywhere. But now plantain is very expensive. So if you plant plantain around you, before you know it, once it's mature, in fact, close to Piam, the harvesters will do the needful. Yes, good evening. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Very clear, sir. Very clear.
Yeah, Udodo.
Keep the calls coming in. We still have a few minutes to go before we transit into eyewitness report. Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Man.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Alakaya.
Yes, please.
The rate of crime in the state, probably in Nigeria now, is becoming, alarming. Firstly, our education sector has failed us. Because even the Bible says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Knowledge deals with two words, known and earned. That means the educational sector supposed to educate our youth and to tell them so that they have the knowledge of what they are about to do, the consequences behind it, so that they give them an edge to know that they will need to restructure their thoughts and their mindset. Where are our psychologists? Where are our sociologists? These are the things we need to put in place before we talk about employment and because even though you employ somebody there in that civil service and they will still there is a high rate of corruption in there. It's not about opening a swing factory and you will see corruption there. The system is corrupt. What we need is knowledge. Even Jesus Christ said, "Have you not read?" Because people are
we not going to eat so we can have energy to acquire knowledge?
Yes, you need to before you plant that cassava, you need to have the knowledge of how that cassava will grow. You need to know the soil texture of that
that's
cassava.
what I'm saying. Before we acquire the knowledge, like before we sit to acquire the knowledge, we need to eat breakfast now, isn't it? Maybe
yes,
lunch and
I
dinner.
know. Mm-hmm. I'm not disproving the fact that food is important. I get what I'm saying. Now, once that knowledge is being given, is in the hands of the government to implement better policies that can enhance industrial platforms.
All right.
Look, first of all, let's look at China. China grew to the level of their economy because they pay more attention in small and medium-scale enterprises. Look at the policy Mr. President is bringing out. He's scaling the small and medium enterprises. It's not about shares. It's not about NLNG. They are not the one controlling the economy. Is that woman in that market, Umokoro market? Is that woman in LLA market? Is those people in that shop and that are contributing high rate of economical impact in the society?
All right. Thank you, sir.
In such a way that if the government will bring a better policy and bring out grants and rule out platform that an entrepreneur can run with it, and you discover that Nigeria is going to be a better place for everyone to live on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. Hello. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. We can hear you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Am I speaking with purpose.
0810-9510-951. We'll take one or two and then we'll wrap up. We'll take a music transition into Eyewitness Report. Well, let's just wrap up this particular conversation. Yes, good evening.
Hello, Master. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This is Chief Solomon.
Go ahead.
As well, all this cry we are crying on the radio, I believe our government, are you sure they are listening? Because every day we cry and things get more worse. But for me now, the solution of everything in a 3 week.
Okay. Oh, as though I sensed it. I'm sorry, sir. We can't accommodate that on this platform. Maybe on other platforms you can say it, but because we can't control what you want to say, maybe on social media or any other platform. But on this platform, so we can still be in business. We can't accommodate that. I'm sorry. Yes. Good evening. Welcome.
Lucky Master.
Yes, sir.
You just reminded me something. You said about the plantain will be there till they will ripe. And did you know that bat will come and be eating it? I mean bat also. Did you know what is also bat? They will start eating the plantain. And how you will know that this plantain is due or ripe? You will start seeing it falling down before you go and cut it. And when we cut it, we will now use that ripe one to do what we call dodokido. What the master, did you know what is dodokido?
I know that.
I hope you know.
Yes.
We use it and we do it like pancake and be eating it today. Will you try that? How much is plantain that you will start to use and do the dokido? You can't dare it. And sometimes the plantain will be there inside the pot and sour. We'll throw it away. Today now, we can't plantain before we eat. In fact, it will take you 1 week or 2 weeks to eat plantain. Oh my God. It is worse, really.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Master.
Yes, you are last caller.
Yeah, Emmanuel.
Yes, please.
Yeah, your most number one fan.
Welcome,
anytime
sir.
Anytime I don't hear your voice, I'm always disturbed.
Welcome, sir.
I am calling from Port Harcourt. Yeah, thank you. You know what? Everybody has said, in fact, they've spoken so brilliantly well. But I need to remind us that someone said something about fish farm and all that. You bring this from total local government, you bring this from Andoni, you bring it. My brother, without the almighty Tinubu bringing down this fuel price, it will not work. Because at the end of the day, we are still going to buy this fish costly in the market. If the fish may be plenty, maybe on ground every year, but people will not have money to still buy it because of fuel. Now, in the other way around, look at it. Whenever any goods come, there must be police officers on the road taxing the market people, the bus driver, the boss, and all that. So at the end of the day, we are not making. There is no change. There will never be a change. Nigeria, sometimes I ask myself, I always put this man, whenever I speak, you see this man, Nnamdi Kanu, he said he does not understand what is wrong with the brain of a black man. And if you study it very well, you know that something is wrong with the black brain. With us. Something is wrong with us. They will never sit down and ask themselves, this is what needs to be done. Let's play this political on the road. Let things start to be cheap. Let us bring down fuel price. They will never think. So I wonder if they think, but they refuse to do it. But I'm not sure they think.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I'm in this country, by the way. I'm tired of it.
Thank you, sir. Don't be tired, but that's much we can take on this particular segment. We'll take a music break. We'll come back for Eyewitness Report now. I'll give you time to start sending in your Eyewitness Report. Basically what you see around you, your society, your community, village, your streets. It might be morally, it might be morals, it might be health-wise, political, it might be Infrastructure-wise, whatever you can see, feel that is negative or positive, that you feel you should report to the appropriate authority, please do that now. Send it to 0701-933-9962. WhatsApp and regular messages.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.